This is Dabbler's Diaries. I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to show how to do a no-sew mushroom bookmark. A little bit different from this. You can see that the bookmark is a little too small for a book, so we're going to fix that, and we're going to make the mushroom a little bit smaller. But it'll be no-sew, so you won't have to do any sewing. So yeah, to start off, I'm going to use a 3mm hook. If it'll focus. I don't think it will. Nope. It's a 3mm hook, just believe me. I used a 4mm initially, and I think a 3mm would work better. You're also going to need scissors, a tapestry needle, a stitch marker. You don't need one, but if you want to be anal about your stitches, I'm not going to be anal about my stitches, then I would recommend having it. You're going to need 3 yarn colors. You're going to need it in white, in red, and in green. You can see I don't have a lot of green, but you don't need too much. And yeah, let's get started. So we're going to get started with the base of the mushroom. So we're going to start with our white yarn. We're going to start with doing a slip knot. So, or not a slip knot, we're going to do a magic ring. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our yarn, drape it across our 2 fingers, hold on to it. I'm holding onto it on my middle finger. Flip your hand, wrap it around, and then wrap it so it creates this X. And then I'm going to hold the rest of the yarn with my other 2 fingers. I'm going to take my hook. I'm going to go under the first leg right here on the right. Grab the back one, pull it through. So it's like this now. And then I'm going to take my hook, grab the yarn that my other 2 fingers are holding, and pull it through my loop. And there's our magic circle. Also, sorry if you can hear Simba, he's going at it on a treat. So now we want to do 8 single crochets into our ring. So you're going to insert into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. I'm going to create a slower tutorial on how to do all of these stitches, like single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, triple crochet, half triple crochet, how to do magic ring, how to do slip knot. That's all going to come in a later video. So for now, I would maybe watch another tutorial and then come back. So once again, to do a single crochet, you're going to insert into the loop, grab the working yarn, pull through. So now you have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through. So now we have 2. Go ahead and do that 6 more times for a total of 8. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to take our tail right here and just pull it to close our circle. There we go. So we can count, it's hard to see with the white on white. But we have our V's right here. And we can go ahead and count 8 of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to go ahead and insert under the first V. And I'm going to start with just doing an increase in every other stitch. So we're going to do a single crochet in the first one and then an increase. And we're going to do a single crochet. Then we're going to do an increase. An increase is when you just do 2 stitches in the same V. Keep going for the rest of the round. So we're going to do single crochet, increase, and then last one, single crochet, and increase. Okay, sorry y'all, my camera ran out of space, so we should be good now. So we just went ahead and did our increase round, so now we went from 8 to 12 stitches. We're gonna go ahead and just do 2 rounds of just single crochets. So in every V, you're gonna do a single crochet. You're gonna do 24 single crochets total. I'll meet you back. Okay, so I have just done 2 rows of single crochets. You wanna make sure that your work's the right way. So wherever the tail is should be on the inside. So I'm gonna flip this inside out. Oops, I'm gonna pull this loop a bit bigger so that I don't lose it. And I'm gonna go ahead and just stuff this tail in here so that it'll be okay. You're also gonna need fiber fill for this project, I forgot to mention that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do a decrease. So I'm gonna do a single crochet and then a decrease. So under the first V, single crochet. And then to do a decrease, I'm gonna go under the first part of the V. So if you look up top, there's 2 legs of the V here. You're just gonna go under the first one, so the second one is back there. Kind of hard to see, but I would watch maybe another tutorial on how to do it. So there's that first V, and then you're gonna go under the first leg of the V on the second stitch, like that. Yarn over, pull through both of those loops, so now you have 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through. You just did a decrease. So we're gonna do that 4 times. So single crochet, oops. And then a decrease. So under the first leg, under the first leg of the second stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. 2 more times. Single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease. So now we're back to 8 stitches. Starting to look like this. I'm gonna do the gills of the mushroom now. So that's going to be increases all around, and that's just going to create this part right here. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do 1 round of single crochet, so just do 8 single crochets all around. So I just did my 1 round, and you can kind of see there's like a little bump. And now I'm going to go ahead and increase in every stitch. So we're going to go from 8 to 16. So to do an increase, you're just going to do 2 stitches under the same V. So that's 1, and that's 2. Go ahead and do that, and we're going to have 16 stitches in the end. So now we have done 16, and we have our little lip. And now we can go ahead and switch to our red. So to switch to the red, you're going to grab your red yarn, grab the thread, and first you can snip off the white. And then with the red yarn, you're going to go insert into the next stitch. I would lay the white yarn over top the stitch, and I would just hold it there with my right index finger. Take your left hand and grab the yarn, drape it over the hook, hold it, pull through, and then just keep doing a single crochet as usual. So yarn over and pull through, and you just successfully changed the color. So now I'm going to hold on to these 2 tails, and I'm going to keep laying them over the stitches. So when I put my hook into the V, the 2 stitches should be over top the hook as well. So I yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So we just did our second single crochet. And this is how we're going to work in our ends without having to sew them in at the end. So that was our second one. We're going to do that for 16 single crochets. So now we've reached the end, and we're going to go ahead and do another round, and you can see my ends are actually sticking up a little bit. I'm just going to pull them and stuff them inside. The next round, we're going to do single crochets in the back loop only. So the 2 legs of the V, we're only going to go into the back loop. Yarn over, pull through. So do that for another 16 stitches. So it's 2. So we're starting to create the mushroom top. So do 1 round of just decreases. So we're going to go from 16 to 8 stitches. Then go ahead and grab your polyfill. Just grab a little bit of it and shove it inside the mushroom. Then go ahead and cut yourself a tail long enough to sew up the holes. I'm going to use my mega tapestry needle. Thread it. Wow, I can't seem to thread. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and take your mushroom and your threaded needle, and you're going to go through every single V around the top to close it up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then you're going to go ahead and pull it to close it. Stick the stuffing back in there if it's coming out. And then I like to go through the center. Just to close it up, and back through one of the stitches to knot it. And then back into the mushroom towards the back and pull through the tail. And then cut off the excess. Making sure to shove back in the red part. So you can see that I have some extra stuffing. I'm just gonna pull all the extra bits out and put it back with my polyfill. So now we're gonna go ahead and create these little white dots. So to do that, take some white thread, cut off a bit. Take your tapestry needle, thread it, and then go one stitch below where you want to place it. So I want to place it up here, right there. I'm going to go one stitch below it. And I will thread it up. Leave a little bit of a tail here. And then I'm going to go down into the next row and back to where I want the next dot to start. There's our first dot. And just keep going in that manner. I like to go like in a little circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mushrooms are not perfect. So for the last one, take the needle back out to where that starting thread is. And as you can see, it's not perfect, but I like mine a little imperfect. Here, I'm going to go ahead and tie a double knot. And don't worry, none of this thread goes to waste. I collect it and I'm going to do a project with it soon. Now I take my needle, insert it to the same hole that they're both in, and point it back out towards the back. Then I take both threads, put it through the eye, and then go ahead and pull it through. And then fluff up your mushroom a little bit. If some of the stitches went down, take your needle and pull it through. Just pull it so that it's visible again. There you go. And then cut off the excess. And now we have our little mushroom guy. So now onto the leaf. I'm going to grab my green and the crochet hook. I'm going to do a slip knot. So to do a slip knot, you're going to wrap around your pointer finger twice. Pull the back loop over the front loop, and then pull the back loop over the front loop again, and there's your slip knot. I'm going to put my hook and tighten it by pulling on the tail. And then I'm going to do 9 chains. So yarn over and pull through, if it'll pull through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to skip this first V and go into the second one and do a single crochet. Then we'll do a half double crochet. So yarn over, go into the second V, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. Now we're going to do a double crochet. So yarn over, insert into the next V, yarn over, pull through. We have 3 loops. We're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. So yarn over, pull through. Now we have 2 loops. Then yarn over, pull through. That's a double crochet. Now a treble crochet or a triple crochet. We're going to do 2 of them. So we're going to yarn over twice. So now we have 3 loops, 1, 2, 3. Insert into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through. So we have 4 loops. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2. We have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2. We have 2 left now. Yarn over, pull through 2. And that's a triple crochet. Do that one more time. So yarn over twice. Go into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Oops, I lost it. And then yarn over, pull through 2. And then a double, so yarn over, go into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Half double, so yarn over, go into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then a single crochet, so we're going to do 1 single crochet here. Then we're going to go ahead and start crocheting on the back bumps here. So go ahead and do a chain, and we're going to crochet into this back bump right here, the first one. And you're going to take your yarn and same thing, instead of having to weave it in at the end, we're just going to lay it on top. And we're going to insert and do the same order. So we're going to start with a single crochet. A half double crochet, a double crochet, a triple crochet, another triple crochet, a double crochet, a half double crochet, and then a single crochet. I'm going to go ahead and cut off this excess. I cut off the wrong excess. Okay, we're trying one more time. My battery died again. So we just finished our leaf. And you can do this like design up top if you want. I'm gonna skip it this time. I'll put a link on how to do it down below. Okay, let's do this one more time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this vein in the leaf right here. So to do that, I'm going to first slip stitch, so go into the next stitch, into the first single crochet we did, and pull through all the loops. And then I'm going to go ahead and go into the center of the leaf and just do slip stitches. So you're just pulling through all the loops on the hook every time. It's okay if it's imperfect. Nature is not perfect. So we go ahead and I just finished the center design. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a chain, and then I'm gonna do 65 chains. So 1, 2, 3. So I went ahead and did my 65 chains, and now I got this really long string. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my mushroom. I'm gonna insert my hook around the center, like so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do a slip stitch. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut a little bit of a tail here and pull it through, tighten it, take my tapestry needle, take it from the center down, thread my extra bit, pull it through, and then go ahead and pull my needle through. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess. And there's our little mushroom bookmark. That is no sew. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were able to create this with less difficulty than I was. It doesn't look perfect. The original tutorial that I saw that I'll link down below is a lot cuter in my opinion, but I just cannot be bothered to sew. I hate sewing, it's the worst part. You could probably do a hybrid of the two, or you could do French knots to do like actual perfect circles. But yeah, there's a little mushroom guy, and I do like it. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me on this tutorial, and I hope you got a mushroom bookmark out of this. Keep wandering, y'all.